Hey Noah, how you doing? What'd you do today with all the snow day that you had? For the kids around here, they're really happy because it was day 6 of snow days and vacations for them. So I had our grandchildren for today and we went out and built a snow fort. I hope you and Nathan got outside and were playing. I'm going to give you a lesson via video so you can stop this video at any point in time and do what I'm demonstrating, work on what I've talked about, and then move forward. I'll also send a typed up lesson sheet or assignment sheet to your mom that goes over everything I talked about in the lesson. You've been practicing the G major scale and the E minor scale and the F sharp minor scale. So as you practice those, you should be playing them very evenly and with a strong, firm finger that produces a big sound. So I'm going to move the iPad so you can see my hands. So if I'm doing G major, nice even tempo, steady beat, and strong sound coming out of the piano, strong fingers. I know you know how to do that. And then the same way with the G arpeggio. What I'm listening for when you play it is, are you using the correct fingering, correct notes, and then are you playing it evenly, and is there a nice tone coming out of the piano? Okay, so you can review those a little bit, but then we're going to push forward. We're going to continue to review 5-finger patterns because this is also something that you have to know for the festival. So this week you can review all the minor ones. C sharp minor, E flat minor, so that's E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat. F sharp minor, G sharp minor, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp. And then the last one, B flat minor, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F. I would like for you to write those out on a piece of notebook paper, on your practice sheet, or in your manuscript book. And first, just write the pitch names and label the whole and half steps, and then write them using the staff. So you're drawing notes on the staff. Okay? So also you can practice playing intervals up from C or G. So any interval, second, third, fourth, fifth. You and Nathan can practice playing intervals for one another and identifying them, okay? You can also flip to the melody playback section in your notebook. It's part of the packet of festival papers that I have in the front. And on page 71 and 72 are melody playbacks. So you can take the first couple of those and practice playing them back, and then have Nathan play them for you. See if you can play back what he's played for you, and you do the same thing for him. Also, go to the rhythm pages and practice clapping the rhythms. So I'm going to look at page 69, the second page of rhythms that you have there. And I'm going to start with the top rhythm. Let's see if you can see it if I move the iPad. So I'm going to start with the one that has a 7 above it, and it's in 3/4 time. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2, and 3. I would like for you to practice clapping as many of those as you can with a steady beat. There's no prize for being fast. You take your time working on those. Okay? That will keep you busy in terms of technique and rhythm melody playbacks. Let's talk about the pieces that you had to work on. I'm going to be moving some things around here for a minute. So first you had scherzino. Okay. And we worked a little bit on scherzino last week. If you remember, first of all, it's all very even eighth notes. So our beat has to be very steady. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 So I want you to practice hands alone. And first, that left hand needs to sing. It's not the most beautiful melody, but it is important to this piece. So you practice singing with that left hand, dropping into the key, getting a really nice tone out of the key. And then the right hand. We need to hear a difference between your staccatos and your legatos, okay? So the first measure has 3 notes that are a legato and then a staccato. Remember the staccato, and I'm going to put this down so you see my hands again. The staccato is kind of a sharp attack on the key. I play it and then I'm off of it. Okay, so I really want to hear the difference with those, and then I want you to work on the dynamics. If you look at the second line, the 4th measure, it's right after the repeat. We need to hear the difference in the dynamics. Can you exaggerate and bring those out? And last question for you, what does the word animato at the beginning of the piece mean? It is our tempo marking. So can you figure that out and write that definition in your notebook, okay? So that's scherzino. On the run. Okay, so this one, what is the interval that the composer is exaggerating in this piece or bringing out? C to G, and then we have that same interval on the 3rd beat of the first measure, but it's blocked. So it's a pretty important interval in this piece, okay? So I would like for you to take it very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to hear the rests when there are rests. So I'm going to skip down to measure 9 in your music. 3rd line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Hold. Because we have a fermata sign in our music, and then we're back like the beginning. So as you're practicing, I want you to be counting all the time. I want you to take a pencil and circle the rests in your music so that you see them, okay? And then practice one idea by itself until you're really happy with how it sounds. And in this piece, one idea is almost the same as one line. So if you start with line 1 tomorrow, then the next day go to line 2, then line 3. Don't always practice the piece from the beginning to the end. That doesn't work real well for a practice strategy. You have to pick different spots and practice throughout the piece. On the second page of the piece, in third line, very last measure, well, the third and the fourth measure of that line, I should say, we have some symbols that come in front of our notes. What are those? Are they sharps or are they flats? And what do they do? So I would like for you to write the definition of that symbol in the vocabulary section of your notebook and be sure that you know what it does. And then when you get to the bottom of the page, the very last beat, we have an accent, a staccato, and 8 VA above the keys. So we are going to jump up an octave with our right hand to the next to last C at the top of the keyboard. You see where I am? And left hand is on low C. Very sharp, strong attack. Okay? So you can practice that at home with this piece. All right. Quickly, in your lesson book, you were reviewing New World Symphony. Okay? Let's talk for a minute about the rhythm. I'm going to skip to the third line. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. I want you to be sure that you're counting those dotted rhythms very carefully. And then the opening, that you're bringing out the dynamics. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little more. 2, 3, 4. More. Mezzo forte. Really strong now. Just like that. So if you're working on dynamics and your dotted rhythm in this piece, that's a really good thing to be focusing on. I have to watch my time on the iPad. I can't send you a video longer than 15 minutes, so I'm going pretty quickly. Page 54 in your lesson book, because I know you like to have plenty of things to practice. We're talking about the 1, the 4, and the 5-7 chord in the key of G. So those are what we call the primary triads. 1, 4, 5, 7, 1. This piece, the Duke of York Strut, uses those. And again, I'd like for you to count this very carefully. Tap it first. So I'm going to pull down the cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3. So I would like for you to practice clapping that or tapping just like I did. You can even do it with me, okay? And then what key is